The Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Mohammed, has resigned his office. Vanguard can authoritatively confirm that the jury cited health ground as reason for his decision. The development is the latest on the rumblings that followed the altercation between the 14 justices of the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Vanguard had less than 2 weeks ago exclusively reported that 14 serving justices of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, SCN, had confronted the Chief Justice of the Federation, CJN, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Mohammed, over welfare issues. Vanguard had reported that the aggrieved judicial officers said while the relevant federal government agencies saddled with the responsibility of reviewing upward their salaries and allowances kept them on the same salary for 14 years now, the Supreme Court of Nigeria, under the leadership of Justice Mohammed, had worsened their situation by denying them the welfare package they were entitled to, even when the package was captured by the court's budgetary allocation. The justices contended that the work they do is very serious and sensitive ones, which ordinarily requires the appropriate authorities to take good care of them to be able to deliver as expected. They said unfortunately they were currently hampered by both internal and external forces to a point that it was becoming practically impossible for them now to discharge their sensitive duties to the nation. The Justice Ibrahim Tanko Mohammed led Supreme Court of Nigeria include Justice Kayode Ariwola, Oyo Southwest, Justice Musa Dantijo Mohammed, Niger North Central, Justice Kudirat Kekere Ekun, Lagos Southwest, Justice Chima Sentus Iwezi, Enugu Southeast. Others are Justice Amina Ugwe Kebi, Northwest, Justice Uwani Musa Abba Aji, Borno, Northeast, Justice John Iyang Okoro, Akwa Ibom, South-South, Justice Lawan Gaba, Zamfara, Northwest, Justice Helen Ugunwumiju, Ondo, Southwest, and Justice Abdul Aboki, Kano, Northwest. Also in the Supreme Court are Justice I.M. Salwa Kastina, Northwest, Justice Adamu Janru Gombe, Northeast, Justice Tijani Abubakar Jigawa, Northwest, and Justice Emmanuel Agim, Cross River, South-South. Vanguard reports that the Supreme Court of Nigeria is the highest and final court of law in the country and a vital constitutional organ in the separation of powers scheme. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has saddled the SCN to be its guardian. By its interpretation, the Constitution is what the Supreme Court says it is, and its decision on varying issues, including life and death, are final. It is a court with the highest stake in the stability and structure of Nigeria and how good governance emerges or is protected. The justices said, as important as their roles are in the country, they said they have been relegated to the background even by their own. Specifically, one of the aggrieved justices of the court who spoke on the condition of anonymity because of the sensitive nature of the issue told Vanguard that their grievance was not unconnected with the handling of their welfare by the administration of Justice Ibrahim Tanko Mohammed. He contended that past administrations since democracy birthed in 1999 had never treated them shabbily as it is presently, as the Chief Justice had allegedly refused to give them what they were entitled to, notwithstanding the fact that the entitlements were captured by the court's budget. Specifically, he said a number of their allowances was not paid since last year and that they were not allowed to go for their annual international training and workshop last year while the money meant for the purpose was withheld. Vanguard learned that the judges are paid in dollars to embark on the annual trip for the international training and workshop, but that the present Supreme Court administration denied them. It was learned that in other jurisdictions, top judicial officers of their stature are exposed to series of such trainings annually to improve their skills. Besides, they said the Chief Justice refused to sign their practice direction already prepared since the time of COVID. He was said to have practically sat on it for reasons best known to him. It was also reliably learned that the administration of Justice Tanko Mohammed refused to renovate their residences, arguing that the shoddy treatment did not happen under previous administrations. The judicial officers added that the justices had indeed jointly prepared and signed a petition asking the Chief Justice of Nigeria to give them all they were entitled to or escalate the matter to the appropriate authorities if nothing was done. Vanguard learned that the justices of the Apex Court had already reported the Chief Justice of Nigeria (CJN) to his closest friend and former Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Sidi Baghi, to call him to order. I can confirm that Justice Sidi Baghi, who is now the 17th Emir of Lafia, brokered a meeting between the Chief Justice of Nigeria and other justices of the Apex Court to resolve the matter amicably on Thursday, June 9th, 2022. A meeting held at the Supreme Court last week, Thursday, he added. The source said that they were still talking, but there was tension in the court. In the meantime, Vanguard recalls that a justice of the Supreme Court who recently retired last May after clocking the mandatory retirement age of 70 years, Justice Ejebim Eko, had hinted that he left the bench worried owing to the plight of both serving and retired judges in the country. The jurist had expressed his views in a speech he delivered during the valedictory court session organized in honor by the Supreme Court. He literally invited agencies of government with investigatory powers into the courts of record in the country, including the Supreme Court of Nigeria, to compel their heads of courts to open their books of scrutiny. He raised the alarm that so many strange things were happening in the judiciary, particularly in the area of management of budgetary allocations. In his words, "My lords, the head of courts in the Federation have enormous budgetary resources from which they can improve the welfare of serving judges. As it is currently, and as the Director of Budget in the Federal Ministry of Finance disclosed recently at a memorial lecture in honor of the late Abdul Kahir Ibrahim San at the Shehu Yaradua Center, it is baffling that the welfare of judges remain in abject state in spite of the increase of the budgetary allocation to the judiciary under this regime. Why?" The said Director of Budget suggested that the panacea to the often touted underfunding of the judiciary would be for the judiciary to allow its books to be opened by the relevant authorities. This clearly is an illusion, albeit an indictment pointing to the fraud attending to the management of the budgetary resources of the judiciary. Though there have been allegations of corruption against some judges in the past which have been dealt with either through demotion or outright dismissal, many are now convinced that the nation's judiciary is also not immune to the rot in the system. Indeed, what do you expect when many of the justices earn less than 600,000 naira monthly, and you expect them not to compromise in giving justice to the highest bidder? Already the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA), the body of benchers, and the Senate Committee on Judiciary have set machinery in motion to intervene in the current face-off with a view to resolving the crisis in the judiciary.